Tens of thousands of organizations have been caught out by a computer virus called a WannaCry. The malicious software logs data away and demands a payment of up to $300 at a time before it will restore scrambled files. Now, in the UK, many hospitals fell victim and some health organizations diverted ambulances and cancelled non-essential services as they sought to contain and clean up the infection. Infections in more than 99 nations are being reported by security firms. It appears that the hardest hit are Russia and Spain.
This kind of ransomware attack has been becoming much more common in recent months. So in a way, it's perhaps no surprise. On the face of it, it seems clear that the relevant authorities have responded very quickly to try and limit the damage. And the claims being made that no patient data has been accessed. But I think this highlights a number of points. One is just how valuable patient medical data has become.
On the most widespread and public malware outbreak for years has managed to infect a huge number of large organizations. The culprit is malware called WannaCry, which encrypts a computer's file and demands a ransom payment before allowing access again. It seems to have spread via a computer virus known as a worm. Unlike many other malicious programs, this one has the ability to move around a network by itself, and most others rely on humans to spread by tricking them into clicking on an attachment harboring the attack code.
Well, a small number of trusts have been affected by some malware, which has affected some of their systems. It's different in different organisations, so some their telephone systems have been affected, and some it's a bit more extensive, and it's affected systems that do diagnostics and record imaging, for example.
Now, the hack appears to be an example of ransomware, malicious hackers breaking into computers and only allowing their owners back in when they pay enough money. Now, ransomware is a malicious software that locks devices such as on a computer, a tablet or a smartphone and then demands a ransom to unlock it. Now, the first document case appeared in 2005 in the United States, but quickly spread around the world. The software is normally contained within an attachment to an email that masquerades as something innocent. Once open it encrypts the hard drives, making it possible to access or retrieve anything stored in it, such as photographs, documents, or music. Now, the antivirus software can protect your machine, although cyber criminals are constantly working on new ways to override such protection. The ransom demanded varies. Victims of 2014 attack in the UK were charged £500. However, there's no guarantee that paying will get your data back. And joining me now is Mr. Roy Shapunchnik. Am I mending that name? He is the head of international sales of Global and Goulding Cyber. Welcome, sir, and we do appreciate your time right here in the newsroom. Now, we've heard that 99 countries have been affected by this cyber attack. How bad is South Africa affected globally by this attack?
Well, we can say that South Africa didn't really damage like the other countries around the world. However, we do manage to see the tsunami that is coming towards South Africa. In Goulding Cyber, we have the ability to predict most of those malicious attacks using our crawls on the darknet, and we definitely see that there is a movement of hackers towards South Africa and the sub-Sahara continent.
Now, we know that the researchers said that in VAST, they said they had observed over 57,000 infections throughout the country. We have your Russia, we have your Spain. What help can be done to help lessen the cyber attack happening?
Well, I think it's a good question, and I think the main thing that people need to have is awareness. I think a lack of awareness in South Africa specific leads people, computer servers, to be an easy target. The fact that you don't know what is a normal mail or what is the attachment that you need to avoid actually makes it quite easy for the hackers to log in. Once they're in, they're sending a Trojan horse, which is a sleeper that's based inside of your computer, and it's waiting for the D-Day. Once it's been released, as you mentioned earlier, that D-Day will lock all of your database on your computer and will ask for money, ransom. A Bitcoin, by the way, is equal to $1,000. So normally it runs between 1 Bitcoin and more, depends on the client or the hacking, and that's basically it is.
Now, the global courier company FedEx were among the first victims that were attacked. How are you guys able to help them or willing to help them get through this cyber attack? And also, I want you to explain to us what other ways of helping them. You mentioned phishing earlier on. That could be part of the process that needs to be done to help these people. Please explain to us.
So first of all, in Goulding Cyber in South Africa, we are offering a very wide range of services. First of all, similar to a health check. You know, we are going to the doctor to do a normally health check. We offer the same service to our clients, any kind of clients, listed companies, manufacturer, finance, insurance, it doesn't really matter. With this health check, we are actually testing to see what is the level of vulnerability that you have towards the threats that are out there. Adding that implement of solutions such as technology. If you'll take, for example, phishing attempts, we have a software that can actually create a simulation of phishing attempts. And once we are hooking up the suspect, we are giving him an awareness program, a kind of a lesson, a normal lesson that will teach him how to avoid that in the future. DDoS simulation, DDoS, denial of service, something that happens a lot in South Africa, by the way. A lot of the banks are suffering from DDoS attack, and all of a sudden you're trying to log into your bank account and it's off, and that is a challenge. Third, training, important. The level of training that we are doing starts with the lower mechanism for the basic staff and goes all the way to a high-level IT department security with live simulation. We are doing it in cooperation with some massive universities around the world, and we are creating live scenarios, and therefore we have the ability to train the IT department how to get ready to the next cyber attack.
Now, what are implementing remediation steps as quickly as possible that can help to track the cyber people or these cyber attacks within South Africa and within the other countries that are affected?
First of all, you need to understand that technology is one thing, but the human being, let's say common sense, is the other one. Don't open an email that you don't know who is the sender. It's very basic. I mean, it's like the same that you won't open your door at your house to someone that you don't know. Once you are doing that, you're actually cutting out a majority of threats that are coming through the email. You need to understand, phishing is 82% of all cyber threats around the world. And it's easy for the hackers to just throw out the hook, and whatever they manage to catch, for them, it's a clear money. Make sure that your system is upgraded. Make sure, unlike what happened yesterday in the UK and Spain, make sure that your Microsoft system security patch has been upgraded. Make sure that you are fully aware of what is out there. That will help you to mitigate the risk and to help you a lot.
Now, the cyber attackers, it looks like they've just begun to a campaign by targeting organizations around the world. How far is getting this help and getting it done before a lot more damage is done?
So I want to tell you one thing. Cyber doesn't know religion, color, or border. Cyber is affecting all over the world. South Africa is actually at the edge of a massive tsunami that is coming over here. Europe has been through that, and they are coming over here because, as I told you earlier, there are a lot of easy targets to go to that. I believe that if people will use smartly, with the tools that they can get, technology-wise, the training, as I said earlier, a lot of the things that we offer in Golden Links, for example, online intelligent. One of the things that we managed to predict in the past was a DDoS attack on the Singaporean bank industry using our pre-intel crawls on the darknet. The darknet is the, let's call it the sewer layer of the internet. Those things can help save a lot of money because it is coming to South Africa on a giant steps, definitely giant steps.
Now, I would like you to explain to us about the WannaCry crypt that it has been brought to protect, or rather to support products with Windows from XP, Windows 8, and also the Windows Server, but only 2003. So we know that you need to have a new software to be quite safe. You're not saying that you will be safe, but you are actually a bit protected from that. Can you please explain to us, like, this Microsoft, that the new product, or rather the new program software of Microsoft that has released, how can it help?
Well, I'll give you the answer in a different object. If you take antivirus, for example, antivirus can protect only 17% of the actual virus around the world. That means you have another 83% of virus that you are not protected. That leads me to the fact that you always need to be updated. Once the virus has been released or the ransom has been released, there is always security patches. There is always an updates. That's part of the service that we are providing, an online intelligence. We have the ability, and yesterday we have done that to our clients in South Africa. We gave them the pre-alert and notifying them that there is a ransom over there. It's important for people to be aware. It's important for especially the big corporate, well, they have thousands of users, to be always on the top of their game, as we like to say it, to know what is out there and to protect themselves. And of course, a part of it is a business disaster recovery plan. That's something that every business needs to have. Standard operation procedure. You have been hacked right now. What is the next steps? Those things need to place in order, and then you can mitigate the risk. And you can, as I said earlier, save important time, money, and can I say, a lot of embarrassment.
We do appreciate that. Thank you so much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Rowe. I hope I don't mangle your surname again. It's Mr.
Shaposhnik.
Yes,
Thank you very
Shaposhnik.
much.
Thank you so much. Who's the head of international sale of global Kink and Cyber. We do appreciate that insight and that information. Thank you so much.